student, myself Divya Parmar, welcome you all to the online session of Principle of Electronic Communication. In this video, you will learn about super heterodyne receiver. Let's start with the content. First, super heterodyne receiver, block diagram of super heterodyne receiver, description of each block. Let's start with first super heterodyne receiver. A super heterodyne receiver uses signal mixing to convert the input radio signal into a steady intermediate frequency that can be worked with more easily than the original radio signal that has a different frequency. The IF signal is then amplified by a strip of IF amplifiers and then fed into a detector that outputs the audio signal into an audio amplifier that powers the speaker. In this video, we will learn about working of a super heterodyne AM receiver or superhet for a short with the help of block diagram. Most AM receivers found today are the super heterodyne type because they allow the use of high selectivity filters in their intermediate frequency stages, and they have a high sensitivity due to the filters in the IF stage, which helps them in getting rid of unwanted RF signals. Also, the IF amplifier strip providing a high gain or good strong signal response because of the use of automatic gain control in amplifiers, and easy of operation, only controls volume, power switch and tuning knob. Now, block diagram of super heterodyne receiver. To understand how it works, let's take a look at the super heterodyne AM receiver block diagram, which is shown in the diagram. As you can see in the block diagram, it has 11 different stages. Each stage has a specific function which is explained below. First, RF filter. The first block is the ferrite rod antenna, coil and variable capacitor combo that serves two purposes. RF is induced into the coil and the parallel capacitor controls the resonant frequency of it. As ferrite antenna receives the base when the resonant frequency of the coil and the capacitor is equal to the station's carrier frequency. This way it acts as an input filter for the receiver. The next is heterodyne local oscillator. The second block is the heterodyne, also known as a local oscillator. The frequency of the local oscillator is set so either the sum or the difference of the RF signal frequency and the local oscillator's frequency is equal to the IF used in the receiver. Usually it is around 455 kHz. Third, mixer. The third block is the mixer. The RF signal and the local oscillator signal is fed to the mixer to produce the desired IF. Mixers found in common AM receivers output the sum and the difference of the local oscillator and the RF frequency and the local oscillator and RF signals themselves. Most often in simple transistor radios, and the heterodyne and the mixers are made using one transistor. In higher quality receivers and those that use the dedicated integrated circuits such as TCA 440. These stages are separate, allowing more sensitive reception due to the mixer outputting only the sum and the difference frequencies. In the one transistor local oscillator mixers, the transistor operates as a common base Armstrong oscillator and the RF taken from a coil wound on the ferrite rod, separate from the resonant circuit's coil, is fed to the base. At the frequencies different from the resonant frequency of the antenna resonant circuit, it presents low impedance. So, the base stays grounded for the local oscillator signal, but not for the input signal. Due to the antenna circuit being parallel resonant type, low impedance at frequencies different from the resonance, almost infinite impedance at the resonant frequency. The fourth block is the first IF filter block. In most AM receivers, it is a resonant circuit placed in a collector of the mixer transistor with the resonant frequency equal to the IF frequency. Its purpose is to filter off all the signals with a frequency different from the IF frequency because those signals are unwanted mixing products and don't carry the audio signals. The next is the first IF amplifier block. The fifth block is the first IF amplifier. Gain of 50 to 100 in each IF stages are common if the gain is too high. Distortion can take place, and if the gain is too high, IF filters are too close to each other and not properly shielded. The amplifier is controlled by AGC, that is automatic gain control, voltage from the demodulators. AGC lowers the gain of the stage, causing the output signal to be roughly the same. Regardless the input signal in transistor AM receivers, the AGC signal is most often fed to the base and has a negative voltage in NPN transistor pulling. The base bias voltage lower reduces the gain. The next that is second IF filter. The sixth block is the second IF filter block. Just like the first one, it is a resonant circuit placed in the collector of the transistor. It only lets signal of the IF frequency, improving the selectivity. The next is second IF amplifier. The seventh block is the second IF amplifier block. It is practically the same as the first IF amplifier, except it is not controlled by AGC, as having too many AGC control stages increase the distortions. The next that is third IF filter. The eighth block is the third IF filter. Just like the first and second one is a resonant circuit placed in a collector of the transistor. It's only late signal of the IF frequency, improving the selectivity. It feeds the IF signal to the detector block. The next that is detector. The ninth block is the detector block. Usually is in the form of germanium diode or a diode connected transistor. It demodulates the AM by rectifying the IF. On its output, there is a strong IF ripple component that is filtered out by a resistor capacitor low pass filter. So only audio frequency components remains. It is fed to the audio amplifier. The audio amplifier is further filtered to provide the AGC voltage like in a regular DC power supply. The next that is audio amplifier. The 10th block is the audio amplifier. It amplifies the audio signals and passes it onto a speaker. Between the detector and the audio amplifier, a volume control potentiometer is used. The next that is speaker. The last block is the speaker. Usually it is 8 ohm and 0.5 watt that outputs audio to the users. The speaker is sometimes connected to the audio amplifier through a headphone jack that disconnects the speaker when headphones are plugged in. Assignment questions regarding to this video are: first, what is super heterodyne receiver? Draw the block diagram of super heterodyne receiver. Explain each block of super heterodyne receiver in detail. See you in the next session of the subject, Principle of Electronic Communication. Thank you.
If you like this video, please subscribe and like our YouTube channel LJPEC, and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get latest video update fast.